The mind free from attachment is free from suffering. Human life is filled with suffering, most of which arises from attachment to our sense of self, our possessions, and the relationships we cling to. In Buddhism, this attachment is seen as the root cause of all suffering. If we can let go and free the mind from attachment, we can transcend suffering entirely. This teaching forms the core of Buddhist practice and offers a path to true liberation. Buddhadasa Bhikkhu once explained that the sense of self is not our true essence, but merely a product of clinging, upadana. This sense of me or mine is like a layer of mud encasing the pure mind. As we progress on the path of practice and gradually wash away this mud, the feeling of self dissolves. This dissolution is akin to breaking free from the bars of a cage, allowing the mind to be liberated from the bonds of attachment. Why let go of attachment? The Buddha taught that suffering exists because of attachment. The pain we experience, grief, anger, disappointment, stems from our clinging to things as ours or ourselves. The illusion of a permanent self distorts our perception and perpetuates unnecessary suffering. A mind that is not free from attachment remains shackled by the notions of I and mine. These bonds tie us to a cycle of suffering. However, when the mind learns to release its attachments, it finds freedom and peace. Liberation in the Buddhist context. Buddhadasa Bhikkhu emphasized that true liberation involves complete detachment, leaving no residue of clinging behind. Partial liberation, where some subtle attachments remain unnoticed, is incomplete. Such liberation may occur in other philosophies but does not align with the ultimate liberation taught in Buddhism. Nirvana, the ultimate liberation. Nirvana in Buddhism is not about the existence of a self that has been freed. Instead, it is the complete absence of any attachment, including the notion of self. The Buddha aptly said, "There is liberation, but there is no one who is liberated." This profound teaching reveals the essence of Buddhist freedom, liberation from the very illusion of selfhood. All suffering stems from clinging and attachment. When we train the mind to let go of these bonds, we free ourselves from suffering. Buddhist liberation is not merely the absence of gross attachments, but the release of even the most subtle clinging. Nirvana represents the pinnacle of liberation and serves as the ultimate goal for practitioners. True liberation does not mean there is someone who has been liberated. It means the mind has released all attachments. Practice to let go of clinging and discover true freedom within yourself.